Good afternoon, everyone. Chris Berryman here, coalition builder and founder of Bringing Humanity Together. Welcome to another wonderful Wednesday edition of Conversations for Humanity here on LinkedIn, Facebook, and our YouTube channel. We're so humbled and honored to have all of you guys watching either live or on a replay today. We have a great guest in store for you guys today. He will be with us here momentarily. And again, we're so humbled and honored to be with you here each and every single week. And as always, we're always going to be live throughout the week. We have our calls that's for the community booked in at the beginning and at the end of the week. So we have our LinkedIn community meet and greet audio call, which I'll be posting after today's show on Fridays at 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. If you'd like to find out how to join that call, please send me a message or put a comment in the comment section, whether it be on Facebook or on LinkedIn or even in our YouTube, and send me a message saying that you would like to be on that call. And we will love to send you the details to that call. And also, we have our other community/team call on Mondays via Google Meet at 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Please, again, in the comment section, please say that you want to join that call and you want to know more about bringing humanity together, or even know more about the 5 pillars of bringing humanity together, which we have here at Bringing Humanity Together, which is rooted in leadership, human development, health and wellness, family and community. If you want to be on a team that's building those great and amazing topics out, then that might not only lead into more conversations, but lead into more collaborations and really build this community out even greater and bigger than what it already is. Then we would love to have you here on those teams. And again, if you want to find out more about that too as well, again, put a comment in the comment section of today's broadcast, and we will message or even to our speaker today, or if anybody who is actually on the call, and we'll make sure that you'll get in touch with them and hear their story of what led them here to Bringing Humanity Together. And again, welcome everyone to the Bringing Humanity Together live stream. This is one of 3 open forums under the Bringing Humanity Together umbrella, where people can discuss topics related to the workplace and humanity in the workplace in a very positive and constructive way. We want to know what the issues are out there that are facing people today, because it's our goal, our mission, our passion, our purpose, and I even dare say our calling here at Bringing Humanity Together to create environments that people will love, not only in our workplaces, but also in our very communities. And as I just stated, we'll be going live every day of the week. And we have our LinkedIn live streams that we do throughout the week, which is on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And they're all going to be varied in time. So we're going to probably do a little something new moving forward. Instead of coming on at 2:45, because I usually like to do a meet and greet session before the call starts at 3 o'clock. We may end up starting at 3 and have the meet and greet within inside that 1 hour of the call. So we'll be doing that moving forward. So even on today's call, we may end up ending the call at 2:45. So we'll just see how things play out and everything like that. So just bear with us. But like I said, I truly believe when you get in a deep and meaningful conversation, sometimes you just got to let it go. And sometimes it may even go longer than what you originally intended. But see, that can also be a good thing and not necessarily a bad thing, because I know everyone's time is valuable, but also everyone's time can be really in tune to something that really matters to them. So if something does go a little long, hey, the great thing about that is let's say if you missed out on something, you can always go back and watch it on a replay. And yes, sometimes we just don't have all time in our day to really block out those kind of things, and that's okay. And that's why pretty soon we're going to be having this on a podcast format for those people who are going to be on the go. So that's going to be out there too as well. So be mindful of that. We're going to probably be relaunching our podcast here shortly, and we're going to look for some great people to share their stories on Conversations for Humanity. It will be also in the podcast kind of format. So again, we are just so humbled and honored to have each and every single one of you here today. And say we are live now. So we're just waiting on our guest. So we can't wait to get everyone on the call today. Say we are live. So I'm going to bring some people in the conversation, and we'll be joining in momentarily into the call. So again, today is a wonderful Wednesday. Like I said, today is going to be another great and engaging conversation with our guest. And today was actually an unusual day for me. I was supposed to go into work to do some early morning cleaning at the traditional job that I work in, and we had a let's say put it this way, we had a curveball thrown at us and everything like that. So we had to say nope, can't do that today. We got to do it to another day. And even though I was only technically scheduled to be there just for that little bit, and that was that. Uh, my partner, who's the GM at the store, he's like, "Hey, just take the rest of the day off. Don't even worry about it," and that kind of thing. It's like, okay. So I've actually had a day off today. Uh, so that's why I'm so humbled and honored to be with you guys today. And like I said, I'll just send a message to everyone to be on the call here momentarily. Like I know one thing we've been having issues with is people trying to jump on in Apple format because Safari don't work good for some odd rhyme or reason with Safari and StreamYard. So I don't know why that is, but that's why, and that's another reason why I create the intentionality of having that 15-minute buffer so people can be able to find their way, get in, and that kind of thing, get all set up and everything. And that's all the intent behind all that. Because, like I said, I know technology sometimes doesn't work. I know some people, like I said, have other things going on and they're rushing to do this or rushing to do that. So again, that's why I've done our calls like this in this kind of 15-minute to the lead up to the call starting at 3 o'clock for that very purpose as well. So again, we're just so humbled and honored to have each and every single one of you today. And again, I'm going to put this call out to everybody. If you'd like to know more about bringing humanity together, you want to know more about the 5 pillars and everything like that, and you want to work on a team on those 5 pillars, or even if you want to come share your story on Conversation for Humanity, please, here is the link. It's already in the comment section of our LinkedIn live already. So please click that link, copy and paste that, and use Google Chrome. Don't use Safari because it may not work and everything like that. But we will love to come and have you as our special guest to come share your story on Conversations for Humanity, because we truly believe not only do those stories matter, but those stories might just stick to somebody and might just give someone inspiration and upliftment and maybe create inspiration in their life that where they can be able to say, hey, maybe I can take a step into a much larger world. Because again, I'm not alone in this. I can really get with people who not only think like me, but also who don't really think like me. And when you kind of merge those kind of two things together, that makes us one, which we're already one by very definition, I truly believe, because we're already sitting at the table of humanity, ladies and gentlemen. We're already there. The better question to ask is twofold. Number one, the better question to ask is not what you do, what do you do, what do you do. The better question to ask is who are you? And that will be another topic we'll probably bring up on a call very soon, is who are you? I truly believe we have something going there in that topic. So we definitely want to talk about that moving forward. But then the other one is, how can I help and serve you? And I truly believe those are going to be two pivotal moments in our lives. And not only when we answer them, but we actually allow others to share that with us too, in tandem with them, that we can really be a part of their great and growing opportunities in life. Because, see, if we say yes to opportunities and we say yes to life, what more can we not do in life today to really not only be in a place of abundance and live out what we really are truly meant to do in this life? And when we find our passion and find our purpose, find our mission, find our calling, call it what you will. But I truly believe once we get to that point in our lives and we share it with people, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be a huge leap forward for each and every single one of us. And we just want people to really be connected. And like I said, not only to people who think like they do, but also with people who even don't think like they do. And like I said many times on these broadcasts, and I'll say it again to the cows come home, is I truly believe in this. And again, it comes from Star Wars, and it's changed my life like you will never know. In fact, and I'm going to go to my Instagram account, and I'm going to pull it up so everyone can see it, because I truly believe it's very pivotal right here, right now. So let me go into my Instagram and pull it up. And I believe this is something that everyone should really be cognizant of. So let me share this with you guys today, because this is really, really going to be poignant. And so here it is. And Star Wars, ladies and gentlemen, has changed my life like you'll never know. But this is very pivotal right here, right now. Embrace others for their differences, for that which makes you whole. I'll say that again. To embrace others for their differences, for that which makes you whole. I truly believe, ladies and gentlemen, we're on a huge opportunity right here, right now, to not only embrace each other, not only for our differences, but also our similarities. Because when you really think about it, we also have our personal development in life. We also have our professional development in life. And when you kind of really put those things together, and also the things that makes us whole by very definition, all that in tow and take into account, that will bring us into a place of oneness and wholeness. Like I truly believe that we have not probably seen in human history, because we probably have been led to believe for a great number of years now that we have to pick apart only the good things of people, or only pick apart the bad things of people. I truly believe, ladies and gentlemen, we don't have to do that anymore. We really can get to a place that where not only we think differently than one another and still work on the same team, but then also say, hey, if I see what you see, and then you can see what I see, and we start that journey together from, let's say, alignment, and then we take alignment and we take that journey into agreement, or we take that journey from agreement and we do it into alignment. That is going to be two gifts in of itself when you really allow that to occur. But again, like I said, when they take that journey to one or the other, and it gets to that place that really gets them to be whole even more so, that's when they have the coup de grace moment. Ladies and gentlemen, when not only will it change their lives, it's going to change our lives when we just allow that to occur. So I'm sending a message now to our guest and everyone. Okay, no problem. Alrighty. So evidently, our uh, guest has evidently had something come up and everything. So no worries with that. We'll keep this conversation going. Um, and that's the way life works sometimes. Life throws you a cold ball, and you got to be able to say, okay, it's all well and good. Things happen and everything like that. So no worries there. But like I said, I just truly believe, ladies and gentlemen, we're at a huge opportunity in our lives today. And when we get to that place that we really can see um, something that's really magical and very inspirational, and really gets us to a place that we're not only can we move forward, but we can actually connect with people on a deep and meaningful human level. So, if anyone is on this call today watching live, we would love to hear from you. So, please uh, go to the comment section of today's call, and uh, there's a link that's going to be posted in the call. Um, it says link to join this week's live streams. Please, we will love for you to come click this link, and I'm going to put it in the comment section of other social media platforms today. And we would love to kind of open it up as a Q&A kind of thing, or a meet and greet, however you want to call it. So we'll keep the conversation going. So like I said, right here is the link for today's call. If there's anyone who would like to join the call, we would love to do that and everything. So we'll keep this conversation going because we want to hear from you. This show is for you. Um, because, like I said, I just truly believe conversations and stories matter. And sometimes you might have that aha moment when someone not only shares a story, but maybe shares a viewpoint totally different than you, or maybe similar than you. It can go both ways. And that is why I've created these live streams in the way that I have with the great partners that I have here with us at Bringing Humanity Together, like Carla, like Crystal, like Kimberly, like so many others that have just really inspired me like you'll never know. Bradley, Isabel, Leslie. I could just go on. There's so many people who's involved in here that it just really has just blown my mind. And see, I just truly believe, ladies and gentlemen, uh, and I truly believe as such, it's not a matter if bringing humanity together will be real or big to people or they really see it. It's only a matter of when and who's on board. That's all it is. Nothing more, nothing less. Because we're all about impact. We're not relegated by the money mindset. We're not relegated by anything else or like I have an agenda. Because sometimes what happens in and of itself, I truly believe, is when we get into an agenda kind of dynamic and we make it about one particular thing, like if we just make it about us, it's always going to be relegated about us. Or if it's always relegated about the money, it's always going to be relegated about the money. But if you're willing to let that go and say, hey, maybe the very act of giving is in the very act of receiving, and it is about actually doing something for somebody else, that if you do it and you do it very good and you do it very well with them, not only will they speak to what you've done for them, but then they bring more people in. It's almost like creating a movement. And when you do it to a point, and I said this on our call yesterday uh, with Sharon Kara BHT, is that I truly believe when you become so selfish for others to become more unselfish for yourself, that's going to be a beautiful thing, ladies and gentlemen. I truly believe in that and everything. So I just truly believe that, like I said, we're at a huge opportunity right here, right now, that we can really bring humanity into business and beyond like no other time. And yes, people are going to say, hey, that humanity's already there. Yes, totally recognize that and see that. But there are different ways to actually say what the word humanity means to a lot of different people. Because it's not only a singular word in and of itself. Humanity encompasses all of us, does it not? But humanity is going to be looked upon in so many ways, shape, matters, and forms. Because again, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, we're all uniquely different to one another and also one and the same. That's the duality about this. And like I said, I'm just so humbled and honored to have each and every single one of you. And I see we have our great team leaders here with us today, Miss Carla and Monica. How are you guys doing today?
Hey, Chris, I'm good. How are you?
I am great. I'm great. Monica, love those
Hi,
clothes
guys.
today. I love
Sorry.
those.
Oh, thank you. Thanks so much. Thank you. I was inspired by nature, so had my had a me time day with my dog and the nature. So yeah, thank you.
Well, I'm glad you posted them because I truly believe we should talk about that today because our guest just sent me a message and said something came up and everything like that. So, Monica, I would love for you to share what you've posted now on LinkedIn today and what really got you. I mean, it really got me going. It was really great. And I truly believe a lot of people should hear more about that. So, Monica, would you do us the honors and share with people what you've posted today?
I've actually posted quite a few things. I believe three. So which post you talking about? Do you talk about the make the dreams come true?
Talk about all of it. If you ask me, talk about
Uh,
all of it.
yeah, absolutely. So obviously, I truly believe that we sort of there is a moment in our life when we sort of um, need to stop fighting life, having enough of the adversity, and you know, fighting for everything, and you just want to sort of have a peace of mind. So it happens to me, and I it just made me think. Just life really stopped me. It was a hard stop, literally, when I had to realize that everything I really truly loved and I really thought, I've achieved, uh, it was nothing because it was very, sort of materialized things. And then it was connected to either a person, place, or a thing, yeah, or a situation. And then I truly found my sort of a happiness in stillness. When I started to meditate, when I sort of slowed down, tapped into my soul, really started to listen to the inner voice, and really follows that guidance, then all of a sudden my purpose found me. And then what I shared today was a about the dreams coming through. So how I see it, it's we all have a goals, or we all have an aspirations. But once we have those aspirations, written down, perhaps break into some uh, achievable and then reliable, goals, smaller sort of actions with the due dates, then those dreams can be make it happen. So it just by fulfilling those sort of plans, or the having a roadmap with the due dates for achieving certain goals, we can make invisible visible, and make impossible possible. And then really it's I mean, everyone says it's easier said than done, but it's easy to do as well, because obviously once you truly believe in yourself, and then if you have no sort of a good situation, or if you keep looking for excuses, of course you won't be successful, you won't succeed. But you can create those opportunities for yourself. I mean, what I posted today as well was about the closing doors. So when you face the closed doors, you can still use the windows, and then you can still sort of look for different options. And then or perhaps use your creative initiatives, and build those doors, or like a cut, I don't know, space to to go through, and then to get inside, to sort of fulfill your dreams. Don't get yourself being held by someone or the situation. It's like, once we truly tap into the soul, and then find the inner light, don't let your light to be dimmed by anyone, or a situation. Just a bright those lights are so bright, so shine bright, don't let it dim. And then really believe in yourself, because once we sort of believe in ourselves, and really make our mind to believe our vision, then obviously success is just a matter of time, really. Thank you.
And I just put it into the chat And I just put it in the private chat, and it came from the actual post that you did about, to all the doors that closed on me, I'm coming back to buy the building. Optimism is essential to achieve anything, and if opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. I
Mm-hmm.
love that.
Thank you. Yeah, because obviously I truly believe that, I mean, we would never find the ideal situation in life. There would never be a great time or a right time for us to start. It's just the time is now, and then if you have no uh favorable situation, just create it, yeah, or I don't know, I mean, test the water and just go, whatever you do, whatever you start, the sooner the better. It's just the success is being measured not by the number of failures, but by perseverance. And then because obviously successful people, they like fail so many times, but they rise again like a phoenix from the ashes, and they succeed like for the, I don't know, 1 million and 101 time first time, yeah. But it's just it's that, it's that perseverance, it's that strength, it's that sort of a motivation that really makes you successful, not the number of failures.
What's your thoughts on that, Carla?
Well, I'm all about that and creating your opportunity. And I actually, I did a post. I think it was in the spring that, if opportunity is not knocking, build a door. And the image I had was a door standing in the middle of a desert, and there's so many opportunities out there that people are so close-minded to, and they're too busy having a pity party for themselves. And, well, I could do this, but I could do that, but that's an okay idea, but they always have a negative as to why they're not going to reach out and um, do something else. It's easier to complain for a lot of people than it is to actually take action and take control of your life. But there are opportunities out there, and when when the one door closes, another one opens. A lot of people get closed doors and they hit a lot of roadblocks in trying to um, figure out what they want to do. And if they have something that they want to do, they'll hit roadblocks, and a lot of people will just go ahead and give up. They're not the ones that are saying, well, this is a roadblock, but I'm not going to let it stop me. They're the people that are saying, hey, I'm coming back. Like you said, I'm buying the building, you know, it's taking that action. And then they have a preconceived notion that they're going to wake up one morning and be a billionaire. They don't have no clue what they're going to do with that kind of money because they don't have that mindset, but they think that, and if it doesn't happen overnight, they quit because they don't have the tenacity or the consistency to keep it going and to grow and to work on your own personal development, to come into your light of what you really want to do in life. And when you say I'm coming back to buy the building, I did a post today on the crab effect theory, that the post basically goes, you graduated from college when you spend $100,000 on your degree. You got a loan for $40,000 for a new car, and everybody's congratulating on you on all those successes. And then, oh, you just got your first house. Congratulations, all these great things. But then if you tell them you want to spend some money to grow a business, they're like, oh my God, what horror, like, what are you doing that for? And it's almost like they feel like they can't do it, so they tell you can't do it. And it's that crab effect, that if there's that one crab, being Monica, wanting to climb out of that bucket and buy the building, the other crabs are down there just pinching at your feet, trying to drag you back down into that bucket of negativity where you don't want to be. So I tell everybody, Climb out of that bucket. Do something. Make it happen because there are opportunities galore out there.
And it's really important and then good that you just mentioned that, Carla, because it's that victim mentality that we've been conditioned for years and years. Living in that victim mentality, we've just been it's like a excuse for ourselves to not trying hard, or to not sort of go that extra mile, or just to do something. And if we fail, we just we almost like anticipate failure,
Mhm.
not to be we sabotage ourselves to succeed. And it's really important to sort of surround ourselves, but by hard-minded people, like-minded people, and the people that vibrate on these high vibrations, because those lower vibration, they sort of pulls us down. We now sort of it's not about the superiority or anything like this, but once you're in the state of abundance, yeah, it's not the money wise, it's like as you mentioned, Carla, it's that mentality. Abundance could be like a knowledge, could be connections, networking, just living the life that you always love to live. Yeah. And it's
Mhm.
really important to sort of to prepare yourself for this type of life, to understand how sort of how this life look like. And then perhaps I love this saying, but there's some controversy: fake it until you make it, or perhaps have someone that you are really inspired by, and then just to cope, same sort of you know I don't know, achievements or lifestyle of that person, just to become not that person, but have a similar life. Because obviously,
Mhm.
if we don't know that lifestyle, we have to sort of almost like conditioned our brain again, like rewired the those synapses, and change everything that we have ever knew and learned, because our past doesn't really define us. And if we want a completely different life in the future, we'll have to make sure that we are ready, prepared, and we sort of need to change the appearance, the way we talk, the way whoever we really speak to, talk to on a daily basis, and whoever we entertain. Yeah. Because that's, those patterns we need to change. The abundance, it's like it's a wider spectrum. It's not only the money, it's
Oh
the
no,
it's
it's not. I
everything.
mean, you can be
Mm,
happy with the life that you have right now, and
exactly.
I don't believe in fake it till you make it. I look at it as I want more out of life,
Yes, but
and
I'm just
I have
saying, like,
goals.
yeah, on this, yeah, once we sort of make those baby steps, like, I mean, just talking from experience, yeah, I mean, some people might be wealthy, but some people might have wealth but not be wealthy. Yeah, it's like, it's
There's
almost like
plenty of people that
happiness.
have wealth that are unhappy, so it's not all about
Okay, so
money.
what I call wealthy or abundant, it's like people who are really happy from what they have, where they are in life, and they're really fulfilled, sort of they live their life purpose, and they are generally happy. Yeah. So I just, I needed to sort of learn like a lot of stuff myself, because I have been predefined, if you like, or come from a different environment, whether, English wasn't my first language, and then the way, the family had been raised in, and then, the friends, and then everything that I was surrounded by for years and years was different from where I am now. And to me, it was like, you know, crawling, yeah, literally making those baby steps into this new life, seeing the light, on the end of a tunnel. Yeah, but I'm still sort of here, and I'm, you know I wasn't really it wasn't easy. Yeah. So it's really important to sort of for me, that's fake it until you make it, or having like an idol, and then watching people, and perhaps read an article, or elevating myself, like in terms of changing the habits or patterns, really helped me a lot. Yeah.
So you talked about just a little bit ago, uh, Monica, about the self sabotaging kind of dynamic that gets into our lives. I want to hear from both of you. How does that actually come about? And which I know it comes about in many different ways, shape, matters, and forms. But why do we get to that place of self sabotage, or do we even allow other people to, again, like what Carl was talking about, the crab effect, about having people pull us down to get us back into that pot of that hot boiling water when we know we need to get out? Why do we even get there, Monica? Why do we even put ourselves in that very place? Why does that happen, do you think?
Wow. Conditioning, how we've been raised, the society, the norms, the frames that we put in, our limited self-beliefs, our inner talk, our dialogue, the lies that we always said to ourselves that, oh, okay, he's rich, he's probably lucky. No, it's not a luck. It's a hard work. Yeah. It's literally hard work, and it's a perseverance. Yeah. So, it's you need to sort of start from scratch. First of all, just address those aspects of yourself that are not enough, not worthy enough, not good enough, not beautiful enough, not smart enough, not whatever, you name it, enough. Yeah. And then we all have it. Once we face those shadow, and then understand where's that coming from, what's that conditioning, and try to sort of heal that inner child. Just give it a hug, and start to love in it, and then embody that inner child. That it's we have to live with our shadows, yeah, but we obviously won't be in that darkness. We'll be using that happy side of ours, in life, and then that shadow, understanding those shadows and then healing those shadows helps us to be more compassionate towards others, empathetic, the empathy, the love, your compassion, and then you be able to share that kindness towards people, but that's quite, I mean, it's a lot, everyone's different, everyone has a unique sort of journey, but by facing those wounds of ours, and healing those wounds, we able to sort of, build up the self-esteem and self-love. And once we have that, we obviously want, we're not allow anyone to sort of drag us down anymore, because we understand that we worth, having a great friends, having a great job, having a great life. And then obviously this is our hard work. We can help others, but we don't really, we won't allow others to sort of walk over us, and then we have that self-respect as well.
Carla?
Well, I think it does come down to your self-worth and maybe how you were brought up. That's not an excuse, but it's something that we have to overcome. Sometimes people set goals that are too unrealistic. So they set goals that they're going to reach a certain level in their business by whatever time frame that they set, and it's not very realistic, even though people tell them that, and they're going, oh no, I'm going to do it, and then they kind of go on and off with it and say, well, I'm giving it up. Or they also self-sabotage because they say, and I've heard this time and time again from some of my friends that have done some different businesses, well, I'm going to give it a year. Well, when you say that, you've already given yourself an out. You've already sabotaged yourself right then and there. You've given yourself an excuse for quitting without necessarily trying. And like you said, it's having a business of your own is not luck. It's work. And if you want people to know about your business, you have to get out and talk to people about your business in one way, shape, or form. You have to put in the work to be able to get any kind of results from it at all. And yeah, the more people you tell, the more people that are going to be interested in what it is that you're doing. But if we tell ourselves that we're not worthy of having a goal that we want, then we're not going to believe it. And so we're not going to work towards it. We're just going to kind of play like we're doing it, but we're not really doing it. And then we go, see, it didn't work. And so I gave up, And when people say, why are you doing that business? Nobody makes any money in it. I said, well, you're not talking to the same people I am. So it's all in your self-belief and your belief in what you're doing. And like you said before, when you're so passionate about it, you're unstoppable.
Absolutely. Totally agree.
Nobody is going to get in your way. Yes, they can have their opinion and you can say, thank you for your opinion. I'm not agreeing with that. Maybe this is not for you, but I'm moving forward with it.
Absolutely. I mean, the new sort of Earth, 5 dimensions that we all going towards, we all ascending, the Earth is ascending. And then collectively, we sort of moving towards that new, the paradigm shift, from the very materialism world, very sort of everything attached to achievement, to certain sort of goals, and then a certain price. Now we sort of are moving into this kindness, compassion, love, spreading, support, sort of environment, which is beautiful. And then what you said, Carla, that's really powerful, because I mean, today I don't work for money, I work for my passion, and that's beautiful. And then maybe I don't make a lot, but I feel wealthy, I'm abundant, and this is the mindset, that the wealthy person, truly wealthy person, in a 5 dimension would have, instead of like having that dollar sign in your brain, literally, and then seeing people for what they could do for you rather than for who they truly are, as a human beings. And again, it's really important. You just mentioned something about people just set very unrealistic goals for themselves. That's absolutely true. And then I can talk from experience, it's all down to the fact that we are really seeing ourselves, good enough. And we want to almost like show off or prove to someone or to ourselves that we can do it, and then obviously we're so clouded by, this, the outcome, and then we really focus on the prize that we forget about, the journey, and, to enjoying in the journey. And so sort of to slow down a bit, and then to truly really, see what is the life about, and then having that mindset of the action goals orientated, outcome orientated. It's it's the it's nothing that can make us happy in the future, because it's like keep us under the stress, it's like under this pressure all the time. It's it's like literally fighting with yourself, and then obviously you won't succeed, because obviously you can't hold yourself accountable to something that causes you so much stress. It doesn't really make you happy. If something truly makes you happy, is your passion, you do it. I mean, you do it for so many hours in a day, and you don't really feel that you're working. You're still doing it, and you just you're passionate, you love it, and people will see that love. They will fall in love with your business, because they will see the idea, they will see that passion. And to be honest, the 5 dimensions is all about the service, to be the service of others, to others, sorry. And this is what's beautiful, and I can see that shift, and this just really makes me happy, because obviously there is that hope, towards better days, honestly.
Well, the only way you can fail at anything is if you quit. And if you
Absolutely.
have that mindset of, I call it the IQ, the I quit quotient. If your IQ is set at 0, it means that no matter what, you're not going to quit. So you're going to succeed. It may not happen in the timeline that you set for yourself, but you can be successful. And the only way you're definitely not going to be successful is if you just give up and quit.
Exactly. But people tend to give up due to the limited self-beliefs, or not being motivated enough by others. It's just that this is quite tricky these days, because if your family or your friends aren't really supportive, what to do in that situation? It's really hard, because obviously as a human beings, we do need that connection with others. we really want to be seen and heard, but then we need to understand whether those people are slow us down or whether they still with us, and we need to become our own cheerleaders, our own fans, and then perhaps distance ourselves a little bit and then keep it quiet and do our stuff, somewhere on the background if the family or friends doesn't really share the same thing, vision, or doesn't support us, because they won't see your vision. The only vision is invisible in your sort of a head in the cloud somewhere, and you can make it happen. You can, invisible make, visible, but others won't really make your vision or won't really make it, visible because they can't see it, they can't believe it. And then what I truly believe, you don't need to be sort of very clever or smart. You just need to be patient, and you have to have that perseverance. And then, consistency is better than perfection. Slowly but surely you get, achieve your goal.
Yeah, and it doesn't happen overnight. And I know people that have said, "Oh, well, my spouse is not my spouse is not supportive, so that's why they're giving up." And to me, you're allowing the opinion of others to give you an out for what you want to do. And and blaming, well, I wasn't good at my business because my spouse wasn't supporting me. Yeah. You need to, I mean, that's where you're sabotaging yourself.
It's that victim mentality as well. Yeah.
You're a victim.
I wasn't successful because this and that, conditioning. No, you weren't successful because you weren't perseverant. You weren't successful because you didn't believe in your success. Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't believe in yourself. To
Exactly.
say, fine, here's your opinion. You go ahead and keep your opinion to yourself. I'm going to be successful. I'm going to buy the building. I love that.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Well, and that is why I truly believe, ladies, these conversations really do matter, because when we have these curious-driven conversations that's not only rooted in curiosity, we can be given literally the very opportunity to have that aha moment for each and every single one of us. Because if we allow that to occur, maybe, and again, I've said this many times on our broadcasts, that where I can be able to see what both of you ladies see, and then in turn, you ladies can see what I see, or even from a state of belief, it doesn't really matter. But if we allow that to really be there, and we do it from a place that we choose curiosity over class, we use these conversations and opportunities as a climbing wall to move everyone forward, on even getting to that opportunity of saying yes to life, saying yes to opportunity, saying yes to not only yourself, but saying yes to when you have that great aha moment with people. And then at the end of the day, I truly believe, ladies, that we can all still be rooted in common purpose no matter which way we come from it. It doesn't really matter. It's just like I share with people every day. I don't care how you start the race. I really don't. I don't even care how you start to finish the race. I really don't. But what I really am so keen on, and I really believe in, is what did you learn along the way? What value was bestowed upon you? What value was bestowed onto others through you? And when you have that, again, that coup de grace moment in your life, that you can really be not only in oneness, not only with yourself, but be in oneness with them. And again, I'll go back to what Kimberly Next stands for, and I truly believe this is going to resonate with each and every single one of us today. That when we take that journey with people, whether they start it from alignment, that's going to be a great gift in and of itself. But also when we allow alignment in our life, and then we take that journey with others into agreement, that's going to be, of course, a gift, because alignment and agreement are two gifts. And then when they do it from the other way around, they take agreement and they have to work their way into alignment. That's going to be a great gift in of itself. But then when they have that coup de grace moment, and we all truly believe, I truly believe we'll have, is when they have alignment and agreement come into oneness with each other. And we can be so foundationalized and again about who we are when we see those things come kind of like in the kind of connecting of the dots, so to speak. And when we do that, then we can create not only an environment into one we love, but maybe of the one that they love. And we really don't put no preconditions on it whatsoever. It's just like what Carla said. Oh, I will be successful if I put this thing out there and do it within a year. Okay, you're putting that year out, and then you're already setting yourself up for that quote unquote. And I hate to say it, it's so cliche, but it's true to a lot of people that you set yourself up for failure because you're only putting yourself out to be successful in 1 year. And why people do that, I will never know. But it's good to have a goal. And see, this is what comes to mind when I'm hearing you ladies speak, and this is something I truly believe we should talk about. Is then why even do we have in our culture today the thought of expectation? What is really expectation meaning for each and every single one of us? Because what does the first part of the word mean? Expect. So we expect something automatically.
People want instant gratification. They want to
Right?
be seen. They want to be heard. They don't want it. They don't want. They want to. We got into the aspect of participation trophies, where all I have to do is participate and do a little bit at a certain level, and I'll get a participation trophy just for showing up. Instead of wanting to be the best, or wanting to coming in second, or coming in third, or being the most valuable player, or anything like that, because they knew that, well, if I don't get any of that, then I'll at least get a participation trophy. People set unrealistic goals for themselves because of instant gratification.
What's your take on that, Monica?
Mm, absolutely agree with that. What I think the expectations means to me, it's almost like we all condition to achieve something. Our life only means something, or our life is like measured in our achievements or in our sort of successes, yeah. And those expectations are the scale, yeah, how we measure that success, or how we measure those goals, or how do we measure those achievements. So let's say, for instance, the employer at work, he sort of wants the employee to do something, and his expectations are these, this, and that. Yeah. So it's like, you have to deliver me something in line with my, with this scale. It's like, and it's again being limited, put under the pressure, and perhaps, not being able to use that creative mindset, because we have this goal set, up front, and we have to work towards something and achieve that certain goal, rather than trust the process, open ourselves for possibilities, enjoying the journey, and then being creative, and sort of if the lives, give us a slap, then perhaps change that trajectory a little bit, and then try something different. But we are being conditioned to having that set mindset, do this, and then follows the everyone's ideas, roles, and whatever. And I think we sort of created the society of people um, copying other people's, or following other people's, or like there's like same post on Instagram. Everything's like sort of the same, and people are striving towards that I don't know, societal norms almost. I talked about it a little bit in my article about the shadow. It's like almost putting ourselves into the frames, and we have to be within this frame, ideally fitted, yeah. Otherwise, we crap. Our life isn't worth, or we're not successful. And this is the mentality that make us depressed, make us, alienate people, or just makes them, to sort of distance themselves, not being, worth enough and good enough. And then it's not that. It's like, you're not following the, the masses. You're not really in line with that vision of that person, but you have your own vision. You have to open yourself for that abundance. You have to open yourself for the vastness of possibilities and opportunities, and having that mindset of a life got me, yeah. What if I jump? What if I fall, But what if you fly? And then if you believe that life will have your back and will catch you wherever you go, you just try, and then you can create your own sort of a brand. You can create your own business. You can use your creative, mindset, artistic, soul into creating something truly beautiful, not really following the masses, and then having that a society of unhappy people that really they're not enough, this is my view, obviously. And then following those patterns, it's a trap. It's a big trap, but then again, to be able to sort of cut these cords, and then distance yourself, or to see that perhaps people see this, broken visions, or this dense realities, but they are not strong enough. They don't really believe in themselves. They don't have enough motivation to fight for themselves, which is sad, very sad, because obviously once you see something, you can't unseen it. It's just, and leaving in that, with that burden of knowing what I'm doing, following that crowd, and then I'm not living my life. I'm following, working for someone, where's me? Where's my dreams? Where my visions? I mean, there's so many opportunities, but it's like, it's the work we need to start in within. You need to understand that you are worthy enough. You're worthy of having a success, having a business, having everything that other people have. And then people will talk, people will hate you. You have to be ready for not be liked, and then people won't like you because obviously you are being you're a threat to them. It's just you have your own vision, you have your own opinions. You're like, they don't like that. They like someone who's like quiet, and it's really follows the same sort of a vision, and it's
They
not
like
very
to have you in the
colorful.
bucket.
Yeah,
They like you to be in the bottom of the bucket.
exactly. But I see like those awakened people, they are like a phoenix from, they rise like a phoenix from the ashes, but the phoenix in a like the abundance of colors, so colorful, like the so vivid, and they're not really fitting in those societal norms anymore. But they have to surround themselves by by other eagles, because we are eagles. We fly high, and then obviously we can't really allow others or the society to lower our vibration, or just give us those doubts again, in ourselves. And then obviously perhaps having that step back. No, that's not going to happen. We're on this journey, on this path, and where we go in, we're just going forward, and we're not even stopping. So it's really important to have the communities like this, people, hard-minded people who would support them, each other, and then sharing the same vision, because it's truly important and needed. And I'm talking from my own experience. There is a moment in your life when you have nobody and no one around you that you can talk to about the stuff that happens for you. And then it's really important to to talk to people who are on the same sort of having the same mindset and then the same vision, and then they truly understand you for who you really are. They would never judge you, or gives you that environment, of safe environment, when you can open and you can flourish and you can really come out of the comfort zone, like you said, Carla, out of the crab, out of your shell, and then you can really shine bright, because those people won't dim your light. Those people will be like, oh, well done. The 3D, the old society, the old world, the 3D dimension, obviously that's a different story. But the new earth that we working or we striving towards, it's a different sort of a mindset. It's that paradigm shift into love, kindness, compassion, and really peace on earth.
Well, a lot of people say, "Oh, you've changed," and it's like, no, I
I
haven't
like that.
changed.
That's my
I,
favorite.
I've just matured. I've grown up. I want
No,
more
because you
out of
don't really
life.
match them anymore. Yeah, it's you've changed. Why I've changed? Because you don't really belongs here. Yeah, because we have no sort of a common topics anymore. Because you just you're not gonna entertain those lower
Yeah,
vibrations energies. Yeah,
yeah. You
and
make a
then those
choice, and
exactly.
you're the sum of the five people that you hang around. And if you're not happy with what's going on in your life, look at the five people you're hanging around. You're
That's
probably
brilliant,
dragging you
Carla.
down.
Yeah, absolutely. Like what Buddha says, who you believe you become, and then what you oh, sorry, I just don't want to really say it out loud wrong. What you believe you become, and obviously you magnetize. I mean, if you really wants to have a certain life, wants to hang out with certain people, write it down or just do the avatar and become that person. Yeah, become that
Yeah,
job, become that environment. And once you become this certain, situation, and then you start to vibrate on those high vibrations, and then you almost embody those qualities, then of course you can sort of hang out with those people. So this is the same thing with abundance. Yeah, it's not that, oh, you're lucky you got money. There's a whole process, of like becoming that person, embodying those sort of qualities, and then make it, your sort of daily habits, and then, your normal sort of, environment. It's but you have to distance yourself from the people who doesn't really serve you anymore, from the places who doesn't serve you anymore, from the situation who's like who really doesn't really vibrate with you anymore. It's really difficult because
it
we have
is.
to cut those cords, and it's like it's really proof, and then it's a big testament to the strength of those people who are became a different people, or like you said, oh, you've changed. I mean, with your change, it's so much you had to sort of do, and then suffer a little bit as well, because obviously you had to say goodbye to the old life, and then take that step into the uncertainty, and then you had no guarantee that obviously you'll succeed. Yeah, you have no guarantee that obviously you'll get well with those new people. You have no new friends. I mean, I'm just talking from my experience too. It's that leap of faith, we need to sort of take, and then
Mhm.
we need to dive deep into the uncertainty to be able to take that risk and to succeed. It's not that easy, because if we would have known, like, oh, you cut this cord and then you have this and that's easy. Yeah, but it doesn't work that way. That's why you have so much to gain, but you have to lose something as well. You need to make that space, for a new. It's almost like closing those doors so other doors will open. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a trade off. It's hard. It's for a lot of people just letting go of people
gambling.
that
Yeah,
they've had in their life for so long that really are not in the same space as you are anymore, because you've created a new you. For a
Mm,
lot of people, that's hard to separate yourself from those people, but you can separate yourself from them, but you can still love them and you can still care about them. It doesn't mean that you always have to hang around them, but you can certainly love and care about them and cherish the relationship that you had with them,
absolutely, because that's what
and then the
created you.
the good times that you had.
Exactly.
Abundance is so much more than money,
Yeah.
and I think we need to talk about money. Everybody needs extra money these days, and it's not because we're living extravagant lifestyles. We're trying to buy the
But
same thing years
even though,
ago
what's wrong
with
with like
less
living
money,
extra?
you
I mean,
know?
the relationship with money would need to be sort of a discuss, I think, because we have the a very blurry vision, or like a wrong vision of money in our head. In our mindset, I have been conditioned to be poor, or like live in a poverty, or not even a poverty, but not never have enough money to to achieve or to sort of do something that we really want. Yeah, and we see those, we watch others, and then those multimillionaires or whoever, and then we say like, oh my gosh, beautiful yacht, whatever. And it's that mindset. It's like that would need to change the relationship with money, and not really believing that you can have the same, or you can achieve the same, or you can have the same lifestyle. It's just to, to believe in that, and to sort of start to condition your mind and condition yourself to that success. Yeah, because
Well, I
obviously if
think that people have this idea that with when you have money, you have the glitz and the glamour and the yachts and the fancy sports cars and things like that. And it's like, I'm sorry, let's just start off with being able to sleep at night because you can make your ends meet. Let's talk about money in the terms of what are you going to have to sacrifice to send your kids to summer camp or to buy them some new clothes to wear to school? Because when you're sending little kids off to school, it's all about the backpack and that kind of stuff. You don't want to have to say no to your kids. And it's about saying, I have enough to where I can actually go on vacation this year. No, I'm not flying off to Europe first class. We're driving to Florida. It's not that status thing. Let's talk about the basics about people being able to put a full tank of gas in their car, and not about the fact that they're driving a Jaguar, or every 2 years they're getting a brand new car. People are not doing that anymore. Everybody, I don't care who you are, there are people that are making six figures right now that are concerned about money just like the rest of us.
Absolutely, it depends of who you are.
This, some of the richest people I know throw on blue jeans just like I do, and you would never know that they were 6 and 7 figure earners with whatever they're doing, whether they're in corporate America or they've developed something on their own. They're not doing it for the money. And a lot of them, at least my friends, they're the most charitable people on the face of this earth.
And that's the abundance.
That's abundance. It's not 6 and 7
that's
figures.
being wealthy. That's really truly living wealthy life. Being able to share what you have, with others.
Options. It gives
not
you
being greedy.
To tell your kids that I don't want you to have to work and go to college. I want you to focus on your education. I don't want you to be working at the same time, unless you really want to work a few hours a week just to have, some extra pocket money or whatever, or start saving or whatever. It's that mentality. And it's not about the yachts and stuff. And I am not jealous of anyone that wants to go out and buy a yacht or a fancy car or whatever. More power to you. If that's what you want to do, you do. I don't judge anybody in that respect. And I certainly wouldn't want anybody to judge me either if I decided to do that. But abundance and wealth is so much more than money. It's your health. It's your mental health. It's your spiritual health, your physical health. It's the family that you have. That is your wealth. Because there's too many people that have 6, 7, and 8 figures in their bank account that are miserable individuals. Because they've made it all about the money.
Absolutely. Yeah, totally agree. And I think it's all down to the mentality, as you mentioned, Carla, is the old money and the new money. Obviously the new money, the society of this ego construct people who are very materialistic, and then, goals orientated people, they will, they probably do it for the status. Yeah. But those people who the old money, or who are truly, sharing the abundance with others, they sort of really they really feels that how is it to be wealthy. They really live wealthy life. They have a different life, because it's all about enjoying that journey. It's all about the I mean, we sort of fixated ourselves these days, in the modern world, and we truly forgot what we're here for, and what's our true purpose as a human being on this planet. And we think we live to work, not the other way around, because we work to live. We work to get money, to be able to experience life, not the other way around. And people who really live to work, they go to work, they come back from work, eat, sleep, work, repeat, literally, yeah. And they unhappy. They sort of, they moaning. They constantly, in that state of mind that they never have enough. It's just and that's the misery, yeah. But if you understand that your true purpose in life is to be happy, and it's to make whatever you can share it with others, make them happy too, and universe will double it, yeah. And then this is abundance. This is really true mentality of living a wealthy life. And then those people, they are healthy, they are happy, and they have time to live their life. Life is to live it, not to really put I think people too much dwell on the past, and then they too much fixated in the future, planning future, as you said, oh, this is my business within the next year, whatever. No, focus on now. This is your business. What you're going to do now. Today you create your tomorrow, yeah. And this is that mentality, that state of mind will help you, will allow you to actually live your life, not the other way around. Because once you put your life on hold to, I don't know, go on holiday, savings, money, go on holiday in 5 years' time, you don't know what's going to happen in 5 years' time. Those money might not be there anymore, or like we might be here anymore. It's just.
Well, if you have a goal for the end of the year, for example,
exactly, we should be dropping that control and really, trust the process, trusting life that really have our back. We can jump, and then we really fly. We're not going to fall, and then uncertainty, it's a good thing, because uncertainty and not being able to control the future will allow us to be creative, yeah, will allow us to cope with the adversity, with obstacles in life, yeah, and to sort of fight those challenges. Because once we set the certain controls in place, and then we set the certain expectations, then we work towards these expectations. We don't go anything higher, lower is not probably the best, but then we don't go over the expectations, because obviously we sort of set something in our mind. But then when we work in today to create tomorrow in uncertainty, we allow ourselves to flourish. There's a vastness, vastness of the opportunities on life, and then the life will create the path. Obviously, I mean, I'm talking from my experience. When I started this coaching business, I just knew that I'm going to start a coaching business because I was doing the accreditations. And then, I mean, everything in my life just sort of worked in a way that I been pushed into this path. But then, I mean, the life, if you sort of go with the flow and take the life as it comes, and doesn't really try to control it and really be present and accept what do you do in the moment, life reveals to you the new sort of optional opportunities, of creating a contest, on doing something else. And today, to be honest, I can tell from my experience that my purpose found me. I wasn't looking for my purpose. It literally found me. And if you would have asked me last year that I will be doing the stuff that I'm doing today, I would have said like, what? Now me? Nah, I'm not worth enough. I'm not good enough to do it. There you go, yeah? It's that, go with the flow, believe in yourself, and then allow your life to sort of create you, or sort of reveal that path in front of you, yeah?
Well, when people say, oh, well, I'm going to make X amount by the end of the year, they're so into the future. I say, okay, so what are you going to do to make that happen today? And they're like, and it's sad that in the regular world, and the working world, They say that it's what, 70 something percent of people do just enough to get by to where they don't get fired from their job. That's one reason why I would never be good in management. I'd probably fire everybody. Okay. Because, I have high expectations for getting the job done and being part of a team and representing, what the mission is. But you got to have short-term goals too. You can say, okay, like in your coaching business, my goal for this month is I'm going to get one new client every week. That's just an example. A lot of people would go, okay, I got my one. They put their brakes on. They just kind of lean back and they coast for they get it on Monday or Tuesday and, set something up and they just coast for the rest of the week. Well, I got my one, a lot of people will go, well, why do I have to stop there? I could get 2 or 3. Why not? They have to have that ambition to want to do it. No one says that you have to stop at that one. Yes, it's great to have short-term goals because then that puts you into action.
Exactly. Absolutely. And I truly believe action is important. We need to sort of ground ourselves, but then action is the very masculine energy again. Our feminine energy is nurturing energy, nourishing energy. It's like it's a receiving, receptive energy. So lean back and wait. Everything comes to you. Yeah, you do your bit and you just wait for for the harvest. You planted your seeds and then you just wait for the good season to do the harvest. But I mean, with this, with what you just mentioned, Carla, with the managerial job, and then people not really being happy in their roles, it's like it's very sad because if you ask them, ask them a question, why are you here? To get my paycheck. This is sad, because they do something that they don't really even like. They really force themselves. So this is what I just said before. It's to work to live, not to it's to
Work
live
to
to
live
work.
instead of live to
Exactly,
work.
not to work to live. And it's and I think we all sort of have been there. And then it starts with that moment when life really have to humble you, so much, and then really put you on the ground that you have no energy to fight life anymore. And then you say like, okay, surrounding, whatever. And then you start to go with the flow, and then life will guide you. It will just it creates that path for you. And if you just trust yourself, trust the process, and then do your bit on the journey, obviously that would work well. But once you sort of be resistance to it, as Abraham Hicks says, just choose the less resistant path, the path of the less resistance, because we are all conditioned in a way. We are resistant to something that's very unknown, uncertain. We have to have a control of everything. We can't control life. Leave it to the God, universe, whoever, whatever, you name it. It's just you do your job. Your role is to give a little bit from yourself and then enjoy the life, enjoy the journey, and just let the rest, to sort of let the God to fight for you, or fight your battles. Yeah.
Well, there are a lot of people out there that just say, well, I want a job. I'll do anything. And that desperation is not going to get you anywhere, and you're certainly not going to be happy. But they'll say, I want work-life balance. What about life-work balance? Think of it in those terms. Think about life and what you want your life to look like, and then plan your work around that.
Exactly. I think, you balance yourself first, your mind, body, and spirit, to then think about balancing your life, because once you balance your inner, environment, the external environment will fall into place. It will sort of match your internal environment. But that's the second stage. But the third stage is like to get your work, or like to build your work around your life and around your inner environment, to balance you and to balance, the people that you are being surrounded by. It's not that easy. So work-life balance, it's like, to me, it's the delusion it's like the almost like having a semi-happy people, like, okay, you can work from home, whatever. I mean, but once working from home, you tend to do more hours, you tend to overwork, or you sort of you're not being present at home because you are doing some extra work. And it's very tricky as well. It's just but it's, again, on the end of the day, it's not doing something that really fulfill you. But we've all been there, and it's really hard, difficult, because you need to understand that once you want to sort of a shift, get, embark on those, journey, and then really transition your life and everything. We need to understand that for a certain amount of time, we will be lost completely. Everything will be like cows, yeah, surrounded by cows, and then nothing will make sense. We probably, will have no money, no friends, no job, no nothing, yeah. And then to surround in that moment, and then to find yourself amongst these cows, in life, and then amongst this, uncertain situation, those like adversity in life, create yourself, rebirth, going through that rebirth, and raise like phoenix from the ashes. From that moment, that's the success, in my mind, because it's always easy, to start from the certain, point. But when you have to start from scratch, and usually this journey, the awakened journey, is like, it's when you have to sort of everything that it just collapses, yeah. And amongst the chaos of life, you need to find yourself again, and you can find yourself, how I found myself amongst the chaos, and then everything that never made sense. It's just, I've lost everything I thought I truly loved. I found myself in stillness, in that peaceful moments that I've really started to listen, and heard my soul, and heard that inner compass that really guided me towards the path. But I did not know what the path is. Like, should I trust it? And then you learn, once you go through the process, you learn, and you learn to trust yourself. You learn to, understanding yourself, and, to hearing those sort of subtle, nudges from the universe, subtle, whispers of your inner voice. Listen to your heart, really, and then using discernment,
But you know what had to happen? That door had to close to give you the silence to actually listen to yourself. How many people do you know that if you went out and told them, if you went out and said, hey, what did your inner spirit tell you today? And they would look at you like you were a damn fool. Like,
you need to double your medications, or like change your medications.
I'm too busy with all these different things going on. What's this inner spirit stuff? And so once you close that door and start figuring out who you are, and I say this from a perspective, after 40 years in nursing, there was no personal development whatsoever. You went in, you did the job, you went home. That was it. You gave all you had to give. And if you had anything to take home at the end of the day, you took it home, and usually you fell in bed or on the couch, and you were drained until the next time you had to go in. There was no such thing as personal development. So when I started doing what I was doing, it was like, what is this personal development stuff? And I realized that there's another whole dimension of life than just going to a friggin' job.
There's so many other dimensions. We're multi-dimensional beings, yeah. And then, to be honest, to me, Carla, this is beautiful what you just said. You don't realize what you're going through until you go through those stuff. And then once you were sort of went through that stuff, and then you look back to say like, oh, has that actually happened to me? Yeah. So it's like, it's a self-discovery, questioning, introspection, retrospection, whatever, you name it. It's like so many layers you need to go through to really understand. And to be honest, those doors would have to close. They like slam in front of you, literally on your face, for a reason. You have to be on your own. You have to be like, it's a solo trip, unfortunately, yeah. you have to be on your own to sort of to truly embed this loneliness and to understand that if you're not the best friend of yours, if you don't really find in you the best sort of a teacher, the best friend, the best, I don't know, uh, motivator, then you lost. Because on the end of the day, when everyone's, vanished from your life, it's only you and your spirit and your body. Yeah. I mean, like you, like a spirit, body, and oh my gosh, what's the third one? Body, mind, and spirit, and mind. Yeah.
Mhm.
And if you don't really, I always laugh, like me, myself, and I. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's we three. Yeah. And then if you don't really in that team of you, um, if you don't really love it and start to love it and cherish it and really enjoying those, solo moments, self-dating, and then this kind of stuff, then obviously you always be looking for external validations. But once you find the validation within yourself, and then you really start to trust yourself and learn to trust yourself, and you know that your words are powerful, your opinion matters to you. It doesn't need to matter to anyone else. It does matter to you, and that's enough. It's good enough because it's for you. And then obviously you achieve that mastery, because you coming into wholeness, yeah, with yourself. And then from that wholeness, you can then pour into other cups, yeah, because your cup is overflowing with abundance, love, self gratification, self esteem, and other things that obviously we usually lack. But before that happens, we can't really make anyone happy around us, because we always lack something. We always have that cup, half full or half empty.
Mhm.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when you have the opportunity to work on your own personal development, that gives you the energy you need to help other people as well. And it doesn't mean that I have all the answers right here and now. It's an ongoing process
Yeah.
of personal development every day to be able to help the people that you work with. And I need to jump off for another call, but my call to action today is going to be look at your life in terms of life work balance, not work life balance, and work on yourself and figure out what you want out of your life. Don't listen to anybody else. Decide what you want, decide how you're going to do it, and make it happen.
Totally
Don't be a
agree.
crab to allow people to pull you back down into that crab bucket and not want you to succeed. Just climb out of the bucket. And as Monica says, go back and buy the damn building.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's no way back. Once you embark on this journey, the only way is forward. Yeah. We don't want to go backwards, not at all. And we not allow others, to drag us down too. And to me, it's really important to slow down and to really do the retrospection of our achievements, what we've achieved, how far we've actually come, and then really be truly give ourselves a pat on the back, for the great job done, so far, because that's a huge achievement, and we quite often, forget about our achievements, and we sort of in the man, amongst the chaos of life, we sort of run through life, and then we want more and we want better, forgetting about stuff that really were so difficult for us. And then, it was like huge improvements from the, being like under the scale, even, to go like, up. So it's like, it's really important to address those achievements and really, be proud of ourselves for that.
What's your call to action, Chris?
Well, my call to action is simply this.
I'm
Ask
sorry that
yourself this.
Monica and I didn't let you get in on the conversation very
Oh,
much.
That's all right. That was a great engaging
really
conversation.
enjoy the Carla.
Yeah, sometimes a leader leads by listening, and sometimes listening is a key, and everything like that. So for me, my call to action is simply this: I will go back to what I've said many times on this broadcast and many others that we've had. The better question to ask is not what you do, what you do, what do you do. The better question to ask is who are you? And once you understand who you are, that will take you into so many different places that where you can actually say, you know what? All the doors that closed on me, I'm coming back and I'm going to buy that very building because optimism is essential to achieve anything. And if opportunity doesn't knock, build that door. Absolutely, 100%.
Well, when who you are and what you do are in agreement and alignment, it's heaven.
Yep, it is. It is.
Heaven on earth. And I truly believe we can create the heaven on earth for each and every single of us. I'm going to post that tomorrow. That's funny. You just said that. My heaven on earth, it's going through that process of rebirth, and it's like phoenix from the ashes, just to flourish and to really rise, and then you truly see who you are through the experiences and really stuff that you've been through, and this is your wisdom, your inner light, that it's you become a beacon of light for others, and then you can be of a service to others because you can use your discernment, you can use your wise expertise, and then life experiences.
Well, great conversation, ladies. Can't wait to have the next one tomorrow. And yes, Miss Carla, I did send you a little note and saying what will be for the topic for tomorrow for Humanity Happy Hour and everything. So we definitely like to hear from you what you like to speak tomorrow. And the list of the topics is getting bigger. As you guys were talking today, I made more. So there's more out there. So we're going to have some more topics.
Well, I'll take a look at it. Right before I jumped on the call, my dad called me and he has a dental issue, so I might end up at the dentist tomorrow. So I'll have to let you know.
No worries. We'll gotta cover one way or the other, but we greatly appreciate both of you sharing your thoughts today here on Conversation for Humanity, and we greatly appreciate you. And again, if you'd like to come share your story on Conversation for Humanity, please don't hesitate to click this link. It's in the comment section of our LinkedIn Live, and also it's on Facebook and on our YouTube. Hit that scheduling link, and we'd love to hear your story on Conversation for Humanity. So again, from all of us here at Bringing Humanity Together, have a great day. Make it your day. We'll see each other tomorrow on Humanity Happy Hour, and I will be posting the community LinkedIn audio call right after this call. So you guys have a great day. Make your day. Monica, Carla, thank you so much. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.
Thank you, Carla. Thank you, Chris.
You're welcome. It's fun.
Lovely conversation. Thank you. Bye. Bye.